Hello, everyone. Welcome to the fifth episode of Must Be Catchy podcast. My name is Trevor Montreal. Along with me is my constant co-host John. Hi. How you doing, John?
Doing very well, Trevor. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, thank you. Okay, we have our first guest, Poot Loops. How you doing, ma'am?
I'm good. Happy to be here. Thanks for the invite.
What do you normally stream?
I'm the I Am Bread World Champion. I do some speed runs, and lately I've been playing a lot of Dead by Daylight.
Oh, so that's cool. And our second guest is Cheezer 10,000. How you doing, ma'am?
I'm doing good.
What do you
Happy
normally
to be
stream?
here. I'm a variety streamer. I stream a lot of chill stuff, like Oxygen Not Included. And I'm trying to get into Halo next. I got my copy of Halo 1 and it looks pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Is that on the PC? The Combat Evolved?
Yeah, on the PC. Oh man, 155 frames. It looks amazing. Seriously.
All right.
Okay, well, we can get this started. I wanted to start with like Twitch-related questions, like Twitch-related stuff, because TwitchCon EU just was canceled over the coronavirus, and I was hoping to get you guys' thoughts on this. It's actually not surprising, but at the same time, a lot of people were really upset about this, like content creators online. Have you guys ever gone to a TwitchCon before?
No.
Yeah, I got to go in 2017 because some indie. I used to play a lot of indie games. I still do. Indie devs gave me actually an all-paid trip. And
oh wow, that's awesome.
That's wild, dude.
Yeah, it was awesome. But definitely breeding ground for disease. And
Yeah.
I actually more surprised.
Yeah, those things are like packed to the hilt, right?
Yeah. Just the lines to get in. You're going to be touching people no matter what. And then when you add into the fact that like there's a lot of content creators and people on their phones and stuff like that, or someone grabs someone else's phone, like there's so many opportunities for that. I'm just surprised it wasn't canceled sooner. It just sounds like they really didn't want to bite the bullet and take that economically.
Because I'm sure they're in a tough spot where they didn't want to cancel it because like they were kind of like hard trolling everyone who did refunds. Because I was looking at the tweet even, they'd be like, "Are you paying for our refunds in?" Or like, "Who's paying for like my $1,000 plane ticket that I already spent? Going all the way up to TwitchCon." But
man, that does kind of suck. Like, because
I mean, you still can go to Amsterdam. That's still a nice vacation.
Yeah, I mean, true, but I mean, how many people actually want to go to Amsterdam and like have things to do that's not TwitchCon? Like these are streamers we're talking about.
And you're also now adding on like unnecessary risk to contracting the disease.
Yeah, to traveling and spreading it. Yeah,
go for what you wanted to go for.
Yeah.
I'd skip, honestly.
No, you got to go so you get some of that dank weed.
Yeah.
Go to the coffee shop. No.
Coffee shops and
you can just go to a couple states now and do that.
Yeah, I live in Oregon, so that's not too special for me.
It's no different.
Louisiana, we're still fucking in the 60s down here. Hell
dude,
no.
Oh yeah.
Florida too. We're getting hard. Like Florida does not like changing the way it works. Let me tell you right now.
Arkansas either is or getting close to. I haven't read up on it for medical, which is pretty surprising.
Yeah.
We've got medical.
I think it's gonna be later this year.
Yeah, we got medical.
Or if it's not already.
We've got medical, but it's not flour. You can't smoke it at all. It's all non-combustible. So it's like
oh wow.
It's cartridges and tinctures and stuff like that for sure.
That's all right.
Like
you don't
edibles.
need marijuana in Louisiana when you have those daiquiri drive-thrus anyway.
Yeah. You're not wrong. They don't even ID, bro. They don't even ID. It's so weird.
That's crazy.
Drink and drive, baby.
Yeah.
Go to New Orleans, get a hand grenade. By far one of my best drinks I've ever had.
I like the hand grenade, but you don't even have to go to New Orleans. Like Shreveport, Bossier, and like pretty much any moderately big city in Louisiana, you can go through a drive-thru. You get a daiquiri. They just tape the straw down.
That's awesome, dude.
But I don't know. It is super crazy how like coronavirus is getting to the point where it's just shutting down convention after convention. Like when you first heard about it, like were you expecting?
I thought it would have been contained. To be honest, I thought China would be able to contain it, or at least that's what I was hoping.
I was hoping that's what's gonna happen. I didn't think it'd get literally global.
Yeah.
Ebola was like easier to contain, more deadly and scary, but like it was almost like if there was a zombie breakout, I feel like that would be more easily contained because
Mhm.
it's like, hey, that guy's a zombie, stay away from him. This is
Also,
totally different with the asymptomatic.
Mhm.
you got the Chinese firewall too. So I think for like the first week that it was happening, they were trying to keep it on the down low, not release it to the the wider world, and letting people know that, hey, this virus exists and it might already be out. So yeah, that the people in Africa aren't going to try to, stifle things down and keep it quiet. They want aid and they want help. And China,
Yeah.
that's how it is.
You would think though, because I only know so much about China because how China be.
Mhm.
But you would think with the rules and regulations that they have and how strict they can be with those, that they would just be able to quarantine a city.
I mean, to be fair, that's what they did. They shut down an entire region, but it still spreads. It's like people are still going to China.
Yeah. It was right before Chinese New Year too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
no.
a lot of the response is related to the economy, and legitimizing the severity is going to hurt your economy regardless. And I think that's what people have to consider when they're canceling the conventions, like Amazon legitimizing like the severity of the coronavirus, which it should be
But
legitimized.
it is a severe thing. Like
It's severe, yeah.
is.
Yeah, exactly. Like
But when you have some people saying that it's not as bad as it is,
Yeah.
cough cough Trump.
yeah, it's a lot easier to kind of try to brush it to the side and hope it magically or goes away like a miracle or whatever was said.
The testing that like is taking place in America is like so in like a low amount, I guess, and they don't really vet people when they come back from overseas. Like I was reading stories about how people were coming back from Italy, the place like doing research about the coronavirus, and the place it was like spread or whatever. And they were coming back and they're like, where are you coming from? Italy? And they're like, cool. And then like just send them through. And it's like, because of shit like that, like that's how we have cases popping up in California, cases popping up in Florida,
Texas.
Like
Yeah, it's really bad in Washington.
Like because certain people, as you said, won't be like, all right, this is a problem. We need to focus up and do something about this.
It's like if me, you, or anybody else in this call were to catch it, it wouldn't, kill us. That's not the problem. You've got these people coming back from Italy not being considerate to the people who are at risk, like people over 60 or really young children, and then they just walk around and spread it like it's nothing. Yeah.
I think, Trevor, you told me that once you catch it, you don't have an immunity. You can catch it again and again, right?
Well, that's what people are saying. You can get reinfected. I don't know if that's like 100%, but that's at least what people are saying.
If you're asymptomatic entirely, your body won't have to fight against it.
Yeah.
So, like Typhoid Mary, she just kept spreading it, and she never had any symptoms.
Oh,
she
man.
spreading it and spreading it and spreading it, and everyone should probably read up on Typhoid Mary, so they can understand that.
Yeah. I have a little anecdote. So one of my classmates, one of their classes, they have a professor who went to China. I forget why, but he's literally like the professor's literally quarantined in China, and they're having to teach the class through online methods. Like, why can't we do that for all foreign travel? Like this is a problem. We can't just have people bringing it back and forth. Like we need to be able to stop the spread as best we can.
Well, the problem is some people can't do their jobs remotely, you know what I mean? And like a lot of people like you need to quarantine for like a month before you even stop something. Like people thought it was like 14 days, but like sometimes you have no symptoms 14 days, then you actually are like showing symptoms, you know what I mean? And like some people can't just afford not to go to work for 28 days. They'll be homeless.
But isn't that like a terrible thing as well? That if you're sick with this thing, but like,
and some companies are putting in policies. I work for a nonprofit, and they're going to be doing that as a policy, especially since we have some at-risk workers who are, immune compromised, and but the majority aren't going to do that.
Oh yeah.
And the reason why the time was extended is we haven't had to do this in a long time. And say you quarantine a group of individuals and someone doesn't get infected until the very end, and then you say, okay, everyone's good, everyone head out, because you waited for the time for the disease to go through. Someone gets infected towards the end of that, Well, then you just release that person. So you double the time, and that way anyone who got infected during the quarantine could also go through all of that. That makes sense.
Yeah, like didn't that one ship who got quarantined, instead of being evacuated, everyone on the ship ended up getting infected? I believe is what happened.
And that'll happen too.
Yeah. It's like stuff like that, you know? But I mean, we've said this plenty of times. I guess we'll say it again. Just practice basic hygiene, wash your hands, don't try not to touch your face so much.
It's really hard to do.
Yeah.
It really is. You have to like train yourself. I still touch my face all the time, don't get me wrong here. But you know, just do that. Wash your hands, clean your face. Or
If
not
you have a
clean your
beard,
face, but- yeah. But is your cat okay,
Yeah, holy
dude?
cow. Hold on 1 second. Yeah,
It's
I'm telling you,
it's the cat's in heat.
Oh my god, dude. It's very frustrating. Sweet cat. Hold on 1 sec.
She's screaming, dude.
she's upset or something.
I wish I
Oh my
finished my
God.
master's in epidemiology, but I couldn't expect something like this happening, but it's interesting.
What's your bachelor's in?
Public health.
Hmm.
My background.
Nice.
I wanted to work for the CDC, but ultimately, I guess I made the right decision since their funding's been cut so much.
You should have gone to the World Health Organization.
No, the WHO. That would.
Who?
Jesus.
Who?
Who?
But I guess we can like, when Trevor gets back, we can like move on to the first U.S. death from the coronavirus.
Mm-hmm.
That might be the next thing to move into. I don't know what XSW is.
Isn't that like
convention?
Oh,
Okay.
I don't remember where though. Like Facebook and Twitter and groups like that hold out.
SWSX.
South by Southwest. Yeah. GDC.
Yeah, South by
was canceled.
Southwest. Oh, it's a music festival.
Oh, is it a music festival? I thought it was. Well, I know that some of the big techs were going to it. I'm pretty sure.
Unless I put the wrong thing in it. Oh, I put the wrong thing in it. Hold on.
Okay.
No. Okay,
Sorry about that.
Yeah, so
Put it in the
we were
bedroom.
talking. So Trevor, we were talking about how SXSW got
Oh,
canceled.
South by Southwest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting because that's the first time they've had to cancel in like 36 years, and it happened like the day that TwitchCon got canceled too.
I
Oh,
didn't
God.
even know. I don't even know what this is.
It's a
Um,
big concert, I believe.
Okay,
or like
just-
big events. They have like they host like movies too.
All right.
But yeah, it's a pretty big thing.
E3 is going to be wild this year because they were saying before that E3 would go on full steam ahead. And about 5 days ago, they were like, "Oh, we're monitoring the situation since GDC canceled and Twitch canceled." E3 is massive for the industry. Like
Oh,
small
yeah.
companies like Devolver get to be on a soapbox and show everybody their games.
That's literally how Into the Gungeon became so big. Is because
That's my
of things
favorite
like E3. It's a fun game. I have
Yeah.
yet to beat it
Yeah, I
even
love that
once.
game.
You haven't beaten
I
it?
play it, but
No, I'm so bad at it, dude.
Oh yeah, I haven't
I've killed
I
all
haven't
the
beaten
past
it
on
either. I
stream.
put like 20 hours on it too, and I still can't beat it.
Yeah,
I've killed
but
all the past on stream.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
but, like,
awesome.
as you're saying, E3 getting canceled.
Yeah, people are like really like trying to put pressure. I think it was like the H3 podcast or whatever. They're talking about it that like the Comic-Con's not canceled yet.
Wait, H3H3?
Comic-Con's gonna be like a big one because there's gonna be a lot of like unhygienic people there generally.
Mhm.
And
Yeah, this is true.
yeah,
I have to
it's gonna be
say,
rough.
from going to PAX, Comic Con, and TwitchCon had the best smelling people.
Oh, that's good.
Not that I'm going up and smelling people, but
Oh,
I mean,
dude.
I'm not able to smell people.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
What do those things smell like, dude? I can only imagine.
Oh, you don't want to
Yeah,
know,
man.
bro.
I mean, PAX, they were passing out deodorant one year, and that
Oh,
was
PAX
wow.
I
Box.
was one of the ones passing out deodorant. It was
That
fun.
was at PAX East, right?
PAX East, yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's the
love-
one I
used to
went
go to
to.
PAX East all the time.
Now imagine those people who can't even wash themselves. Like they practice basic hygiene. Okay.
Yeah.
And the VR demos.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
They do wipe them, but
You
Yeah.
can
It's
only
like
wipe
with
it
a
so
baby
much.
wipe. It's like with a baby wipe. It's not even. Come on, man.
Just
Yeah,
get rid of the
piece of toilet
Cheeto
paper.
fingers off of it, dude.
hmm
and then
Oh,
all the Magic the Gathering playing and people
Oh.
Yeah.
touching these people's cards. Like I'm thinking of every tabletop gaming and
Oh
Oof.
man, like everyone touching all the desk, all the tables, the cards, the figurines. If they're sharing the same paintbrushes,
The line
Mhm.
waits at the beginning of PAX East are insane, and they
Like-
push everybody together, and you're stuck there
Yeah.
for hours.
Yeah.
You're getting infected.
Oh yeah.
No way. That's why they call it the PAX pox.
PAX box.
Mm.
Hey.
Have you guys suffered from that?
Yes.
Oh yeah. So you can attest to how fast the coronavirus would spread then, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then everyone goes back home, and guess what?
Spreads it again.
Yeah,
Mhm.
everyone's
Yeah.
getting it. Every state's
Oh,
gonna
man.
have someone who goes to PAX.
So pretty much we're all in agreement. Good shit, they canceled these things.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Comic-Con
Yeah.
hasn't been canceled yet. It's gonna be a rough one.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I think they should. I think they should just literally cancel it all until we have something to deal with this and the scare can end.
Yeah, but it's still a balance of economy. Like
What if
you're that's the main thing.
Yeah.
the thing is
Everyone's
though?
concerned about the economy and the stocks and everything like that. And it's
What if by transferring to so many people, I don't know how likely it is to mutate, but like what if it does mutate and it gets to the point where it can actually affect people our age and health and actually start killing people more reliably?
Mhm.
I don't think people are too worried about mutation yet because it's still so early and it would take a while for that to happen, especially with the attention it's getting. Usually the mutations that are significant are something that wasn't so bad before mutates and then it becomes relevant. But that could
Isn't-
happen.
yeah,
if people
isn't this
keep on
from
playing it
us?
off.
Yeah, isn't this from a SARS virus that was mutated in lab or something?
I am not well learned on that.
I'm not exactly sure. I think people said it's from consumption of a certain type of animal, but then again, I'm not sure. So I think it's spread. I think it's spread from animal to human. So it's not necessarily
There was a
mutated
bat soup hoax, like people eating bat soup or something
Oh my
like that
god,
in China.
that's
Yeah.
disgusting.
Yeah.
But no, I
Culture.
remember reading that. I don't know. It could have been conspiracy theory for all I know. But I remember reading that it was a lab in Wuhan.
Oh, that's definitely a conspiracy theory. I can tell you that right
I know
now.
for a fact it was not man-made. If that's the path you're going down.
Not necessarily man-made, but that
Okay.
a lab in Wuhan was fucking with the SARS virus, and by fucking with it, and they failed quarantine or failed containing it, it somehow got out.
No,
And
that's a conspiracy
into
theory.
Corona.
Yeah, I'm not sure
Yeah.
about that one.
I don't know.
I'm
Dude,
not gonna
Don't know
dismiss it
about that one,
because
Chief.
I haven't read enough about it, but
I've heard.
I
it
mean,
sounds like one of the.
when I say
it was man-made and it's like
Yeah,
Chinese government's fault, and that's why they're trying to underplay it. That's not why they're trying to underplay it. They have
When
a
I
lot of
s-
business.
when I say I read it, I saw it on Reddit. So like whatever.
Oh, yeah.
know-
I read that one, and I read that it was made for the Hong Kong protesters or whatever. I've read a bunch of different like conspiracy theories about it.
Yeah, they made it to spread it to Taiwan and be like, you should join
Oh
us.
yeah, I've read that one too.
Taiwan number one.
Oh my god.
Oh, there goes our Chinese audience. Thanks, dude.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but so people are already dying. So let's talk about this. The first U.S. death already.
Yeah,
huh?
well, that's what I was talking
Yeah.
about. How it's so bad in Washington is because it hit a nursing home. So we don't know if like it was a nursing home worker got it or like somebody was visiting. But that's why like United States has like one of the highest death rates right now out of all the countries who have it, and that's because of like
because there's so few tests.
No,
Yes.
because it got hit a nursing home in Washington.
He is
Really,
correct though on the lack of testing because the death rate will go down with more testing, which is the one thing I don't like saying it. The one thing Trump is correct about, but I mean he throws so much shit against the wall and hopes it sticks. Eventually he's gonna a blind squirrel finds a nut eventually.
Yeah.
If we did more testing, because there are a lot of people who stay home who have coronavirus and they get better and they never report it.
Mhm.
Every single death that happens that they can attribute to coronavirus adds to the number. So
Yeah.
I do think that the percentage is slightly lower than what it's at, but I don't think it's. I mean, it could get worse. Who knows?
Mhm.
I believe we're at 19 confirmed deaths right now with 21 cases in New York.
And that's
Yeah.
just in New York,
Talking about
or
airports.
Yeah, that's just cases in New York, but U.S. death toll I think is at 19. I got a notification on my phone this morning for it. Yeah.
We're in the double digits.
Oh boy. Let's not hope for exponential growth.
Oh yeah.
I'm really worried for New York because the subway system. You have one person get on the subway, someone else will.
Mhm.
Also
the
likely get
concrete
infected.
jungle.
Concrete jungle. That's right.
Well, that's what they're saying. The biggest problem is with Japan right now because they finally like are starting to level off the amount of spread in China, and then they said that like South Korea is starting to get it under control too, but and Japan, but like Japan, there's so much subway travel that that like they don't know what to do about that yet. It's not like everyone has cars in Japan, you know.
Yeah.
Is it in Japan that they're doing the drive-through testing, or is that Korea?
I'm not sure.
Because I feel like that should totally be something we implement in America, given how many Americans are comfortable with drive-throughs.
Not to sound cynistic, or I'm cynical rather. Cynistic. I don't know. I'm tired, but I doubt with the U.S. healthcare they would ever do drive-through testing. To be fair,
we're the best at drive-throughs.
Yeah, we are.
That's our thing, man.
That's one thing we're number one in.
All right, so we could do it quickly. It would just be really, really expensive. All right.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. So no one do it. I mean, maybe they do it just because they could be like, "Hey, come get our test real quick," and we'll charge you.
If you think you have it, I mean.
Yeah.
No, everyone does it. Just everyone does it.
They do it, to be completely honest.
I don't think I would right now. Not yet. Not until like it hits closer and I actually start getting a worry.
Yeah. Well, I think.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna do it till I get like a case in our state.
Well, yeah. I would.
I mean, there's already a case in my state. It's just way down south.
I think it would be kind of like pointless to do a test at all unless you already have like a fever. I think a fever is where you're like, that's when like you actually have enough symptoms for it to matter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because tests are coming up negative even if you have it, unless you have enough symptoms.
Really?
And like the hard symptoms to look out for, like you have a fever, you have a dry cough, and I think there's one more. It's just a flu symptom.
Pretty general flu symptoms,
Yeah.
and that's one thing that makes it really difficult. It's like, oh, I may just have the flu. But I'm sure right now anyone who gets flu-like symptoms is like, but what if?
Yeah.
They're gonna freak out.
Well, I was thinking, like, I had a cold last weekend, and I was like, man, this feels pretty bad. I hope this isn't, But then there was like no
fucking
cases in Oregon at
ass.
that time, so.
They had the case in Arizona, and I had just come back through Arizona on a business trip, and I got sick from the trip for sure.
Wow.
And I was felt awful the whole month, and it was flu-like symptoms, and I had a cough that just kept going.
Are you sure you weren't infected, dude?
I can't be sure, but
Patient zero?
the odds were very, very low.
Yeah.
But
Should've got tested.
not. Hey, if there's a case in Northwest Arkansas, you can maybe point fingers at me, but I didn't even know about coronavirus at the time until I got back, and I still went to work.
Yeah, I'm saying you got coronavirus from the Northwest Arkansas, and then you spread it to Oregon or wherever not Oregon, but
No, I got it back. I got it from the plane travel, and then I came back to Arkansas.
Oh, okay.
So, I was sick when I was back in Arkansas.
Dang.
Gotcha.
Well, if you spread Northwest Arkansas, you're gonna give it to all my family, so. That's funny.
I'll do my best.
Yeah.
Trevor, do you hate your family or?
No, I don't hate them, but it'd be funny if you did do it. They're all relatively young, so give me a little
Good prank, man.
Yeah, got
It's
him.
just a prank, bro. I swear.
Just a prank.
It's biological warfare. Good prank.
Yeah.
Oh, what, the Geneva Code? What's that, bro? It's just a prank.
My organization works in 7 states, and a lot of us have to travel, so that's why we have policy, especially since we work in rural America, like real rural South America.
Hell yeah, brother.
If any of us were to have it, and then a whole like rural community got it, like that's our fault. So we don't want that on our hands.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense. I think we were probably good to stop talking about coronavirus.
I swear to God, we talk about it every podcast, every week. Yeah,
but every week there's something interesting happening with the coronavirus,
Yeah.
so it's not.
It's not our fault. It's a fucking raging psychopath of a virus.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Elon tweeted about it yesterday, saying that that the panic was stupid or something like that.
Oh yeah, people were really mad about him about that.
Yeah,
Well, people are
He
pretty
needs-
dumb when they stop buying Corona.
He needs to be
Yeah.
careful with his Twitter. Like you saw what that did to him that one time whenever he was investigated by who was that? Who investigated him?
Oh, I remember he called some dude a pedophile and he got in trouble for that.
Not a pedophile. Whenever
he got like a lot of money.
When he said Tesla was at 420 and that funding was secured, the stock exchange, the stock commission,
SEC.
the SEC. There you go. The SEC investigated him, and like drove his stock down by 50% and traded Tesla. Traded
foot and mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
God damn.
He got off Twitter for like a solid 4 months. And now he's back at it.
Influential people really do need to be careful with what they say, because you could say one thing and you change the stock prices significantly.
Mhm.
Video games cause violence. Get a nice drop in video game stocks. Coronavirus.
All right, so
Being coronavirus.
here's
Corona.
the play, guys. We get famous, we become celebrities, we say video games are pointless, and then we invest in video games, and then we start playing video games.
Yeah.
Yeah, once it drops, and then we start playing it, and then they go back up, and then we profit.
Yeah.
Easy.
Hell yeah, dude.
As long as we don't own a video game business, that works. That's fine.
Hell yeah.
Influencers. Let's go.
I feel like people should stop taking Elon seriously at this point, though, considering like he lost a lot of stock market for just smoking weed on the Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah.
At what point it was like him just smoking weed? Maybe you shouldn't like sell all of your stock in Tesla.
Yeah, I mean, it's weed, and he was having a fucking nice time. He was talking about all the shit, and people like, if you flip out about that, like maybe you're the problem.
He didn't even inhale it.
He didn't even inhale. Oh my god.
Yeah, it was mouth hit.
Fucking loser.
Yeah, but people like Tesla for its volatility, though, because it makes a lot of people a lot of money in a short amount of time. Like since Wednesday, it's down 21%.
Oh, do you guys invest in those Tesla Tindies?
Tesla attendees, FDs. Oh
I
man,
invested in a lot of stocks, and the only ones that did poor were like prospect marijuana stocks. Everything else did well, and including Dogecoin.
Dogecoin.
What, Dogecoin,
I made
man?
good money off Dogecoin. Okay.
Hell
That's
yeah.
funny. I
Dude.
remember I got a bunch of Dogecoin back in the day. I haven't even looked at it in forever. It wasn't a lot. It was like, but I kept getting it from like whenever the subreddit was super popular. That was like the funniest shit.
I was buying it because I was like, oh, it's so cheap. I could buy a lot of it. And then I realized you could buy fractions of Bitcoin.
Yeah.
I felt stupid. It's like, oh.
Ethereum?
Same thing.
Dude, if there's anything I could change, if I could go back in time and I could change any one thing, I would invest heavily into Bitcoin.
Yeah.
You kidding me?
A lot of people used to say like memorize a lottery ticket, then go back in time. But yeah, exactly. Just do Bitcoin. It'd be like our modern day.
I would just literally I would get so many rigs, and I would just mine Bitcoins all day in the beginning
One thing,
of it.
though, is if one person was to do that and create a monopoly for themselves in Bitcoin, the value would not be as high as you.
All right, maybe I'll just buy a bunch then instead.
Well,
That's one of those things about
well,
those
you could
prospects.
buy it, hold it.
Three people time travel, and they get all the Bitcoin, and no one cares.
Yeah.
You could go get that Bitcoin pizza dude. You remember that dude who bought a pizza for like 10,000 Bitcoin whenever it was extremely cheap?
Dude.
Yeah, just become the delivery driver for him and just take all the
Well, actually, what I might do is, if I remember correctly, someone like threw away a hard drive with a fuck ton of Bitcoin on it.
Yeah, and he was.
So I would just hunt that guy down, watch him throw it away, and then nab it up.
I feel like there's gotta be an easier way to make money than stalking some random dude.
The dude's a
I had to
millionaire.
become a billionaire in a fraction of a second.
The dude was a millionaire, and the town that he buried the hard drive in, like whenever he threw it away, he said that he would pay the state to like dig up the landfill, and they would give him a cut of the profits of the Bitcoin that he got on the hard drive, which was estimated to be like 500 million or so.
Oh my gosh, dude! Imagine throwing
he
away
screwed up.
$500 million.
Oh man.
I had some Bitcoin, but not that much. We ended up selling it a little bit early, and because we needed a graphics card, so we were Bitcoin mining at my college.
Hell yeah.
So you were the reason why I couldn't buy a graphics card for a reasonable price.
Oh my god.
I had to buy my 1060 for like $100-200 more than what it was.
I got a 970 still from back in the day. Good old like 2014 GPU.
I had a 970 for a while. I have a 1070 now, which is nice.
Hey, 970s still get the job done. It's insane.
Absolutely.
2070 Super.
Look at this guy.
Oh, overkill, man.
I do editing, so I need.
Oh yeah.
You're good.
Yeah, I've got
Look at Mr. Moneybags over here.
Yeah.
Dollar bill, man.
You
Easy.
don't have to flex on us, dude. We get it.
He's got,
Okay?
he's got a katana in the back, so
Dude, yeah, he's gonna pick it up and he's just gonna T-pose with both swords in one hand, like in each hands, like
Yeah.
this.
God.
Like one sword over here, just T-pose on us. He's just,
Half of General Grievous. God.
All right,
Oh.
we can talk about the SoaR. Oh wow, that's a tongue twister. SoaR Carl topic.
Yeah.
Wow, why is that so hard to say? What the fuck?
can you play the clip?
sword.
I'm
Carl,
gonna
no,
play
you
the
can't
clip.
play
I'm
the
gonna play the clip of the stream right now.
Are you allowed to play the stream? The clip
Wait,
on
am I allowed to
Facebook?
play? Wait. Am I allowed to play this
Oh,
clip?
whoa.
I imagine you're able to since it's pre-recorded footage,
Okay.
but
And it's not you
let me
doing
double
it.
check. Yeah, it's not you doing it.
I think I'm gonna take the gamble on this one. I think I should be okay.
Yeah,
I think it'd be okay. I don't see why it'd be a problem.
because Critical did
Okay,
it.
switch scenes.
I mean, Critical is also a bigger streamer, so if a bigger streamer can get away with it, I'm sure a streamer that,
Incorrect.
incorrect.
I could talk about that to the cows come home.
Okay.
Insta banned.
Yeah, do bigger streamers get like a?
They're more
passes,
likely
hard
to
passes?
get punished if it's significant, but not as harshly.
Big
Okay,
oof.
I'm gonna play the clip real quick for the stream.
And this guy's got a nice room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
Bitch,
then
say I
imagine
ain't got
losing it all
money.
because you shot a gun.
Say I ain't got money.
Finger on the trigger.
Act like I ain't
Oh
got
my
money.
Is it on the
Gosh,
trigger?
dude.
I don't think it's on the trigger.
God,
Oh,
it
he's
not
not
ain't.
on
until
the
the
trigger.
very-
Yeah, he puts it at the end.
At the
What the
very end is
fuck?
when he does it, and he thinks that it's empty too.
Yeah, with the magazine still in the gun. Yeah, as you do.
Yeah, he should have just taken the mag out and then popped the one. in
Mag
the
out,
chamber.
then cleared it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he thought he cleared it with the mag still in it. And he still
I clear it more. I always clear it more than once, and I also
Visually
look inside
check
the
it.
chamber to make sure it's good, and then I dry fire at the ground.
You know,
You know,
what
just
a
get a little bit
responsible
overcautious.
gun owner does.
Yeah, and
Not what a drunk idiot.
and there's no
Oh
and, there,
my
and you,
God.
even if it's completely empty and you show that it's out, and like you do something like that,
That's so fucked up to even.
you're
yo,
getting
my God.
banned.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
well,
should,
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's crazy.
Because like you could just because you can clip that just that part or take a or screenshot, and then this is the imagery. That's the only context people have, and like that's not okay.
I mean,
I should
honestly, you
probably
probably shouldn't even
verify
like
this for us.
you shouldn't be like touching guns when you're like drunk, anyways, unless you have to, and like being
Why
like
would
messing
he
with
have
a
a gun
gun
on
on
his
Twitch
desk?
while drinking. That's like super
He's not the first
monkey.
person to have a gun by his desk, and I can understand depending on the place where you live in, you might
Yeah,
want to have that nearby.
just in
I mean,
case.
I don't know. Maybe not my desk though, especially if I'm drinking. Like, what has to go through your mind to want to flex your gun after you've been drinking? I
Well,
guess the drinks, but
The way he even got drunk, you have to consider. You see the shoe on his desk, right? He was doing shoeys.
Oh wow, I didn't realize
That's
that.
so
That's how
bad,
he's
dude.
doing
This
shoes.
dude isn't the
oh my
smartest.
god!
He isn't the
So
smartest to
nasty,
begin with.
dude.
So
I hope he cleaned the shoe.
You know what? He probably, based on his setup, he probably has shoes that are just for chewing shoeys.
Yeah.
Because that's what I would do. I'd buy like a pair of crappy shoes just to do shoeys.
You know, if I was gonna
Think I'm
if I'm doing that, I feel like I'm going to have to put liner in my shoe.
Well,
Like a
that
plastic
ruins
bag.
the taste, bro. What do you mean? You gotta get some of that.
Gotta get that foot
flavor.
fungus,
Like,
dude.
what's that Dr. Gel Soul
Oh, Dr.
Oh, yeah.
Scholl's?
flavor?
Dr. Skull, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't want lint in my fucking mouth as I'm trying to drink my alcohol.
It
part of the
adds
charm,
flavor, fiber,
Yeah.
bro.
That's
Oh.
why you buy a new one. Get that new shoe smell.
Oh, okay, yeah. I got
And
a
you
pair of
don't- you
new
don't put
shoes
your
over
feet
there.
Yeah,
or you get a
some
gamer girl to
Yeezy.
put her feet in.
Oh yeah,
What
that's
the
what you
fuck?
have to
I'm
do.
going next level on it, but
This next
No,
level
dude, you
sim
have-
shit.
I think that's the way you have to do it if you're gonna be on Twitch.
buying Delphine's whatever her name is,
Oh,
Belle
Yeah,
Delphine
Belle
shoes,
Delphine, yeah.
and then doing
Dude,
shoes out of it.
Oh
Dude,
my
gamer girls from
God.
here on are just gonna start selling shoes just so people can do shoeies out of them. Like that's gonna be the market. And
Wait, why are we talking about this on stream? We need to capitalize this. Wait a
Yeah,
minute.
That's
exactly,
actually-
dude. This is a
Honestly,
business.
I'm thinking about it. Probably bring that up to some
copyright right now.
Copywritten. Yeah.
I mean, we know a couple female streamers, Trevor.
Or referring to my girlfriend, I don't think she would ever do something like that.
You have a partnered one in the chat.
Hmm?
No, she's not in the chat, but she's in the. I'm calling her out because I know she's here.
How dare you call
I
people
won't
out?
say. I won't say. her
Calling
name.
people out.
Imagine calling out viewers, lol.
No, John did that to one of our guests, and he
Potential
never came
guest.
back. Yeah. Well, we were inviting people to be on stream, right? And this guy came to like scope out the podcast while we were doing it, and then John was like, "Oh, hey, he's in chat right now. Hey, dude, what's up? Why'd you come on the podcast this week?" I'm like, "Dude, what? He's probably just chilling. Let him chill." But yeah,
And he never came back?
Then he never.
He
messaged me
never came
so-
back.
Yeah.
Rookie mistake. That's why I
Yeah.
didn't say her name. This guy lost his girlfriend too.
No,
Didn't he?
that's
Or
fake news.
Was that a rumor?
That was fake
I see
news.
that in the top article.
It's on his Twitter. Look at his Twitter. It's SoaR Carl. He
Mhm.
actually still has this engagement photo pinned and saying that she's the love of his life, and he was going with her through these tough times, and that it's his best friend or whatever. So no, he's still with
Well,
his
do you think she's passed and he's just trying to like hold on, or is that like is it like known that she's still
He tweeted this on the 5th, so it
right?
says
That
just
sounds like something someone would say when they're going through a breakup and they're trying to hold on to it.
she
I
was
don't know.
unbelievably upset for me and still is. At least I still have her. Oh,
It,
Oh, okay,
It,
there you
sounds like she kind of like distanced herself and came back almost. That's what it kind
maybe,
of
but
sounds
that's
like.
a big rock. If you go to his Twitter, that's a big tail rock.
Well, I mean-
seriously.
I don't think she'd break up with him. Like she might have to be like, "Yo, I'm gonna have to like go and think for a little bit and distance
Yeah.
herself." And then people were like, "Yo, you broke her up or whatever." But like then she's like, "No, I still love him. It was
Well,
an
he
accident.
definitely got
We'll get
kicked.
through
He definitely
together."
got kicked from SoaR. Even though
Yeah,
it's
he
not-
got
Oh,
he
yeah,
got kicked from
SoaR
SoaR,
dropped
and
quick.
as far as I'm aware, he's permanently banned.
Yeah,
We
I
think so.
Well, that
Yeah.
makes sense because I saw him stream because I went to check this out and he's streaming on YouTube now. And you can't if you're banned on Twitch while you're a partner, you can't stream on YouTube unless you have a contract, but you still can't stream games. So and he's streaming
Ice
calls.
Poseidon.
Partnership.
I think Ice Poseidon did that, and he lost his partnership, so
Yeah.
he just switched over to YouTube.
So it makes sense that he's permanently banned because he's already streaming games on
And
YouTube.
no chance for appeal. Feels bad.
And there was
Feels
some
bad.
girl who streamed on
Just
Facebook
move to Mixer
to
though.
test it out, and she lost her
Mixer
partnership
Ninja
as
money.
well.
Mhm.
Just move to Mixer though.
But
Why YouTube?
My favorite part of that clip was whenever he shot the G Fuel. Man,
Oh yeah, his sponsor. He's sponsored by
he shot
G-Fuel.
his sponsor.
It almost seems staged.
Dude, I don't know. I felt a lot of pain when I saw the Yeti cup fall down. I was like, "Oh, bro, those are getting
Gamer
expensive."
Fuel.
He's probably just happy he didn't end up shooting his monitor because then that would be like a bitch.
No,
to replace.
I read that he did shoot his monitor.
Oh, did he
and
shoot
that
his monitor too?
That's what I read. Yeah, that he destroyed
Oh,
one.
it
of his
was like right. It was right behind it, but I couldn't tell.
yeah. I don't know how true it is, but like that's what I read from one of the articles. I was
There
looking.
was the dude. I forgot. It's some YouTube prankster that gave him like $1,000 a couple years ago to destroy his TV on stream, and he did that. He took like a katana and stabbed it on the floor.
But-
Yeah,
If someone gives me $1,000, I can just get a new TV.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I have this like 8-year-old TV up here above my monitor. I rip that bitch off the wall and stab it in a heartbeat.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm still rocking my monitor from one of my TVs as a monitor back when I was a kid.
Mm.
Like I mean, I'm talking about like elementary, like middle school level. I had this TV.
What, is it like
I'm
a
still
CRT?
rocking it. No, it's
I had a
a
CRT monitor for
it's
a
a
long
Westing.
time.
It's like a Westingberg or something like that.
Westinghouse.
Maybe I don't know.
Dude, I had a really nice CRT, then I threw it away. Now I kind of wish I had it again because I started getting
Yeah.
less.
I only
Yeah.
want
It's starting to get more
just to
expensive now.
degouse it because that is the most satisfying thing ever.
Yeah.
Mm.
Westinghouse TV for sure.
Yeah, but yeah, I started to speedrun OOT for a while, and I was like, oh wow, I actually need a CRT again instead of using
Mm.
like I don't know if playing like an N64 on flat screen. It's not a very good feeling.
No,
Yeah, that's what I
I've still
do.
got mine for Melee too. My CRT for Melee.
Man, imagine
Yeah,
playing Melee.
I think SoaR should have doubled down and kept him on the team
Really?
because he
Yo.
made them so much more relevant.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's
Bad
true.
move, but I don't
That's
think
the
they're-
biggest publicity they've had in a long
That's the
time.
best shot anyone's had on Team SoaR.
best shot.
Yeah, best aim.
Best aim in A. Shoots G Fool.
From all the trick shots from SoaR, that one's the best.
Yeah. Being and he was drunk, man. So like, what can he do when he's sober?
360
I
no scope in
know,
my
boy.
career.
Well, they would have
Scoping
lost
my
their
career.
would have lost their scuff partnership. Their control.
Hey guys, you want to watch me
freak
360 no scope my career?
God.
You want to see me do it again?
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty impressive. I don't know. These little organizations, I don't know if I ran one. I probably would have doubled down on that one just because it's
Yeah.
kinda funny.
Man,
It's not
they,
like
they,
I
they
even
dropped
heard
them
of
within like 12 hours or some shit. That was super fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were not having it.
I don't think it would have hurt them that much if they kept them. So like,
Well, they
I guess
would have
did
lost
the
their
right
G Fuel
thing, but-
sponsorship though. G
What was
Fuel
that?
Like-
sponsors SoaR, right?
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
so they
would've
can
been a
just
good
cut
one.
him out of that deal, most likely, unless their partnerships tell them you have to, and that could have been it. Sponsorship said we don't want to be associated with this.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
shot
that
us.
probably could have been it. He literally shot
Yeah,
us.
He literally
He
shot
literally
him.
fired shots at us.
Oh
Please
my
get rid of him.
god.
But I mean, that was good advertisement for G Fuel too.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
true.
like this is one of the biggest clips ever. From I mean, he's like one of the first people, maybe the only person I've seen discharge their weapon on stream. One of the biggest blow-ups for it. So
Mhm.
Can you
Okay.
discharge a weapon on stream at like a firing range? Is that
Yeah,
what's allowed?
yeah,
there?
people
people
do-
have gone
yeah.
to the firing
Yeah,
range.
people do
yeah.
firing range streams all the time. I've seen
That's
like
what I
30
thought.
people do it.
All right.
Yeah, it's you could show your weapon on stream too. Like I said, I've done it before.
You just got to be, not stupid about it.
Yeah, I show the whole, I show the camera like, hey, it's discharged, no clip in, all that, and keep the safety on. My gun doesn't have a safety, but
What? How does a gun not have a safety?
I don't know. Mine doesn't.
Maybe don't tell Twitch that.
This is a monk
They don't
ass,
care.
dude.
No, they don't.
It,
The
it was
ATF is
designed
coming after
without
you, bro.
safety. It's got a decocker, and it just
What
doesn't
kind
have
of
safety.
what kind of gun is it?
It's an SP01, a CZ,
Okay.
Oh,
SP01 Phantom CZ 9mm. It's nice.
The only
Nothing-
ZZ I know of is from CS:GO, so that's what I'm picturing right now.
It doesn't look like that, but
All right, I'll look it up later, I guess.
it's a nice gun. But it's just like a 9mm. So
All right.
but you could totally show it on stream. I don't want people thinking that like you can't, because that's not why he got banned. He got banned for honestly just being a dumbass.
Yeah. Oh man. What? Somebody asked what is a decocker?
What is a decocker?
Is that a girlfriend?
So if you have that is not. Oh, is that your girlfriend?
No, I said is that a girlfriend? A decocker. That's the joke.
Oh,
Good,
okay.
good.
So there's single action and double action with the pistols. If I don't have a safety on my gun, and I leave it cocked, aka the hammer is all the way up. Normally you'd have to cock the gun in order to shoot it, but with my gun, since it doesn't have a safety, I can just pull the trigger, and it will click back, and then as soon as it hits the back, it'll shoot, or I can cock it, and then just fire automatically. If I have it cocked, it's a little switch on the side that'll allow it to recock itself without having to hold down the trigger.
So how does that prevent it from firing?
Mine does not prevent. Okay, so if you're using double action, it's way harder to pull the trigger than it is if it's single action. He was in single action when he did that because he cocked his gun. You saw how he drew it back.
Yeah.
So he had his magazine in. I don't think there was a bullet in the chamber. Otherwise, we would have seen it eject. So when he pulled it back, he puts a bullet in the chamber, and it cocks the gun, right? All he has to do is like touch the trigger. Depending on how sensitive your trigger is, it's going to fire.
It looks very sensitive.
My gun, say it has a bullet in the chamber, and it's not cocked. I can pull it, and as I pull it, the hammer's going to pull back, and then once it reaches the end, it's going to fire. If I have it pulled all the way back, all I have to do is hit the trigger, and it fires.
So basically, that's the difference between a double action, the pull it
action,
back,
double.
and then it'll cock it itself, and then you pull the trigger, and then it fires.
You
And then
hold
the
the trigger
single
down.
action-
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
basically, I'd say the best way to describe the difference is just the amount of pressure you have to apply on the trigger for it to fire.
Yeah. It
But the
does the
decocker allows me to
resistance.
switch it from single to double.
Does the resistance of the trigger pull increase if it's in the dual action?
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. So if it's cocked all the way back, the hammer's pulled all the way back, it's gonna fire a lot less finger resistance than if it's in double action.
Okay.
Yeah. No, see, I think there should probably be someone. There'd probably be a market for someone to explain guns on stream,
Yeah.
and that'd be interesting. But I think most people just go to the firing range and fire them off.
FPS Russia.
there is
Paper
one.
Wait,
hands.
didn't they end up going to prison?
I don't know, dude. A lot of shit happened with the guy.
He went
I think
to
I know he got his guns confiscated for sure.
yeah, because he got a felony weed charge.
Oh,
Oof.
wow. That's not what
Yeah,
I was
that's
thinking.
what
we
it
didn't know about that.
Yeah, that's what it was. And they gave his probable cause to be searched was that he was wearing shorts. So they patted him down,
What
and
the
he had
fuck?
like 2
Wait,
It's
what?
weeds.
common.
Wait, what?
It's known
Yeah.
if you wear jorts, you do weed. So
Yeah,
Makes
there's
sense.
he's on a podcast like all the time. He does a podcast, and they had FPS Rusher on there. He was explaining
my
it.
God.
He got all of his guns confiscated. He couldn't sell any of them, and he had like an armory, dude. He screwed him over.
That
Don't
sucks,
wear
man.
shorts.
That's probably a little fortune that just gets basically tossed away.
yeah, so never
Yeah.
wear jorts, guys.
Never wear jorts. But
Yeah.
if you
Not
do
in this day
want
and
gun
age.
safety, if you do want a Twitch streamer that does gun safety clean, KLEAN is clean.
Should
He
we
did.
at SoaR Carl with the Twitch guy?
It's a little BM, but
But after the incident happened, he does do a safety. Let me see. I can post this in the Discord.
yeah,
So-
I'd like to see his stream.
Yeah, here you
I'm
go.
not an NRA
Oh, sure.
person, but I do think that, like, having weapons is not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, there you go. There it is. It's posted in the March channel. You could show the viewers that
Clean is clean.
he showed how to properly clear a weapon.
yeah.
And this was posted on March 5th, a day after the incident happened.
This guy looks like a guy to own guns.
I don't know
Yeah.
about that.
I mean, it could be anyone. My grandma
Maybe not
owns-
legally, but no, I'm just kidding.
My
Yeah.
grandma has like a small armory, and she's like almost 70. It could
Oh,
be
wow.
anybody.
Yeah, that's my grandparents. So like my grandpa literally has a vault almost, like he has like a closet and you open it and it's like a vault and you do like the combination, you open it and there's like just 30 or 40 guns in there, man. It's insane.
That's a decked out Glock. I think that's a
Yeah.
Glock.
Is it?
Nice gun.
Is that a 9mm that he is?
That's 9mm.
Yeah, he's using 9mm too. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a really good thing to practice. Honestly, when you're at home, is clearing your gun. I know it sounds weird.
I just noticed what he's doing. Wait.
What?
Stacking water bottles.
Yeah.
So what we want to do here to safely clear a
Yeah,
firearm.
practicing
We're gonna
dry
check the chamber.
firing and clearing your
Yep,
weapon
definitely around
at
the chamber.
home
You see that?
is a good idea.
Silver?
I know it sounds
Okay.
I know it sounds
now
like
we're
it'd be
gonna
irresponsible.
Take
but,
out the
like,
magazine.
I
definitely have the
overly like even when he's doing it in there, he kind of just clears
Rounds
it.
out
And
of
he's
the
like, and
chamber.
now it's clear. I do
Now,
it multiple
I'm
times.
gonna visibly
just
look
because
inside
I'm,
the
like,
chamber.
OCD about it. You know,
There's nothing in there. It's safe.
Hey, I'm listening.
That's how you clear a firearm.
I want to see you make it.
I'm going to make it eventually. Give
Don't
me
be
the
an idiot.
time, but
Like how he
You
finished
got
this
it, man.
video by saying, "Don't be an idiot."
Yeah,
don't be an idiot.
Yeah.
That-
So many people are idiots with the guns because they don't realize it can literally murder people with them.
Yeah.
Like that just doesn't register for some people's minds that they are dangerous if you're
Yeah,
not.
they're weapons.
The
I think it's
literal
good for
weapons.
everyone to be, even if you're completely against guns. I think it's good to be educated around it in case there's ever a situation where you're in a confrontation where you have to
No,
manage
motherfucker.
one or something like that. You
Mhm.
understand the safety, and how to fire it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a
Not that
dream.
would never happen, but
I had a dream where I like was pointing a gun, like it was like cleared, but it was a dream where I was like pointing the gun at someone, just like messing around with it, and that person came up to me and started yelling at me, like, "Why would I do that? Like that's not like." So even my dreams
Wait, you
are
had gun
yelling at
safety
me.
in a dream?
Yeah.
the hell, man?
why were you aiming at him? What are you doing?
Yeah, basically shit like that.
Oh shoot, Merger got shot.
Who?
Oh, that's
do you
crazy.
not get shot on a regular basis?
Oh my god! Yeah,
Oh.
never mind.
JK, JK,
The
JK.
fucking debate, actual.
Then I got shot dead.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god!
I mean, yeah, you just shoot. I'm not going to say that joke. Never mind.
You just click foreheads, lol.
I was saying, like, a person could build up immunity with smaller caliber bullets.
Yeah,
for large caliber.
over time.
This is true. That's true. That's actually true,
That's not true.
but only
I
to the
was-
lead.
Oh,
I was jogging in Shreveport. Like I don't usually run in Louisiana because it's hot as heck.
yeah,
When I was jogging in Shreveport, and Shreveport has a high violent crime rate,
yeah.
and I actually had a 9mm bullet casing. I had actually, let me get the shoes real quickly. Be right back.
Oh, I'm interested. What is this guy gonna say about guns?
Yeah, Louisiana's
Literally
crime
right
rate is not the
I had a
best.
bullet casing stuck in wedged in one of these while I was running, and I hear a click clack.
Oh,
and I
wow.
just had a bullet casing stuck in my shoe, and I was like, I'm not running around anymore.
That's spooky.
Oh, it's better than running in the Ninth Ward. Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
All right, I think we've probably exhausted all we can on this topic. How comfortable do you guys feel about politics? Because we don't mind talking about politics on the show,
Sure.
but if it's something
Yeah.
that you guys aren't comfortable with, then we can go into it, or we can just make it brief or something. I don't know.
I'm totally comfortable with politics.
I'm not
You
getting
had-
this.
You had it there. You had it. We saw
Dude,
it.
I mean,
it
Okay,
counts.
John, you can stop now, buddy. That is very distracting. So
It's true.
I'm kind of addicted to it. I'm not
okay,
gonna lie.
Can you stop?
One
buddy?
more try.
Oh my god.
Last try.
Jeez, are you comfortable talking about politics?
Yeah, I'm comfortable talking about politics.
All right, cool. Because this week was a pretty big week in politics because Bloomberg, Buttigieg, Warren, Steyer, and Klobuchar all dropped out of the presidential race. And on top of that, Biden won Super Tuesday.
Yep.
Yeah, which crazy because I could have sworn the amount of support I see Bernie get that he would have won, but young voter turnout is so shit that Joe Biden won Super Tuesday.
Wait, did you vote, Poop? Because I know Super Tuesday was in Arkansas, so.
That's right. I did not vote.
Oh no.
Oh.
My main candidate already had dropped out.
Is it
Andy
Yang?
Yes, big
Yang.
Yang fan. And weirdly enough, even though policies are very, very different, Bernie is my second pick. Even though Andrew Yang and Bernie are on completely opposite spectrums.
I was actually kind of the same. I was
More
like,
for diplomacy reasons.
yeah, I couldn't decide between either one. I was like, I'm either gonna be Bernie or I'm gonna be Yang. But but then Yang dropped out. So
I don't have enough love for one candidate or the other. I prefer Bernie. That I really value my vote in the primary at the moment. And looking back, my one vote would not have mattered anyways. Like the way the delegates were broken up. Yes, every vote matters in the more so in the primary than the general election. But I did the math, and my vote would not have mattered, so I don't regret it. But yeah, I'm voting Democrat no matter what this year. I am independent registered.
yeah, I need to change my registration because I didn't change it in time, and my registration is Republican, and I don't really want that anymore. But that's what my
rough right now.
Yeah, that's what my registration is, and I didn't change it in time to actually vote for Democrat in the primaries. So I can't even vote for the guy I support, which is fucking paper hands, dude.
Some states have open primaries. Does Florida not have open primary?
I don't know. I don't think they would, knowing Florida, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to look into that for sure.
I knew some places, even if you were registered as an independent, you couldn't vote in like the Republican primary.
Matthew, did Louisiana?
I think Louisiana has open. Like, if you're registered as a Republican, you can vote Democrat if you want to. Yeah, I'm registered as an independent.
All right. Did they already have their primaries?
Louisiana
We
hasn't
don't
gone
know. We haven't had our primaries yet.
Okay.
No, not yet.
Do you know when it is, and are you going to go vote?
Yes, I'm going to go vote because it's actually going to be my first time voting by myself.
Oh, hell
Because
yeah.
I'm now a registered
Hell
voter.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm 19, so
Oh,
Oh, hell yeah,
Congrats.
brother.
welcome
Yeah.
to politics.
Yeah, I've always been in politics. I've always been in the booth with my parents, choosing, candidates and stuff like that. But now I actually get to make my own decisions.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Did you ever hold
When I-
sway with your parents' opinions?
I mean, my parents' opinions, because, being in the South and also being, African American, you tend to vote one way down here, especially in the community that I am. So everyone always votes Democrat, no vote blue, no matter who. And with me, I'm more libertarian, kinda. So some stuff doesn't line up, but I do.
Libertarians are underrepresented in
Yeah.
politics for sure.
Well,
Yeah.
it'd be kind of if they were highly represented, it'd be kind of against.
I mean, yeah, true.
Yeah, to be kind of against the point. It's
Very true.
no government, but elect me. I'll make it.
It's kind of a hard.
I'll
one.
abolish the government from the inside out.
Yeah,
Boy.
I'm only here to destroy the government.
I bet some libertarians can get some votes like that, though. To be honest.
But ours is April 4th. Yeah, that's
All
the Republican and Democratic primary.
I do feel like for the the Republican primary doesn't matter. The Democrat primary, I do feel like in a lot of the red states, Biden's going to be probably the the choice and always was going to be because of how left
Mhm.
Bernie is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, that's what a lot of people are concerned about right now because Biden's path to victory is like eerily similar to Clinton's,
Yeah,
and
extremely.
and then Clinton ended up losing to Trump. Because if you do
Mm.
better in the red states and you win the Democratic primary because of red states, isn't that necessarily like a bad indicator? Because you're not going to win those states in the general. But then
Yeah.
again, the Rust Belt hasn't voted yet, and if Biden does well in the Rust Belt, then that's really good sign.
It's only 52 delegates behind Bernie is, though. Only 52. He can totally come back.
Yeah, but I think that the projected path forward for Biden is easier than for Bernie right now.
For sure,
And
especially
Bernie
with
really
the
needs
low
Warren.
voter turnout.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's a good question. Do you think Warren's going to endorse Bernie or Biden or no one at all?
I hope
No
Warren.
one or Bernie.
I hope Warren endorses Bernie, but I don't know. I've seen that she like doesn't always stick to her guns.
That would be
about what she
highly
said in the past.
hypocritical of
So
her.
she could be doing whatever.
I think she's
Like-
going to endorse Biden, and if she doesn't endorse Biden, she's endorsing nobody.
Yeah,
I think
it's either going to be Bernie or nobody. I think.
I think the best move is Bernie because no one's really endorsed Bernie yet, and if she wants a VP position,
Yeah.
that is the most likely chance for her to get towards there. So as a political move, I actually think that's smarter. But I think
I
she's
just think-
waiting too long
I just
to
think
make
I
a
wouldn't-
decision one way or the other.
I just think what happened, well, because I don't know if you guys pay attention to this or not, but I'm on political Twitter all the time. It's just also something I can do. You see, Warren still didn't shake his hand after the last debate. So it's
Yeah.
like, if she's going to endorse somebody, she won't even shake their hand. Not to
Yeah.
mention that, she endorsed Clinton over Bernie
Bernie the
last
first time, yeah.
election cycle. And
Yeah.
she really likes courting moderates, even though she's on the more progressive end. So everyone wants the progressive vote to be united under Bernie, but I think she's gonna endorse Biden. And if she doesn't endorse Biden, I don't think she's gonna endorse anybody. It's like she won't even shake Bernie's hand. I don't think she's gonna endorse him.
Does Biden have anyone? He kind of like mentioned possibly as a vice president yet?
I
don't
think it's way
think
too
so.
early,
I
probably.
think they all want it. They all
Yeah.
probably want that spot. I imagine Buttigieg wants it. Klobuchar probably wants it.
I just hope Bloomberg doesn't try to get it.
Oh, Bloomberg! No way. There's zero
No,
chance in
no.
hell that Bloomberg's
No,
getting
No,
VP.
zero.
Okay.
Zero.
The fact that Bloomberg
I want to talk about.
Oh yeah,
this.
that's funny because we have this listed. He spent $500 million, more than $500 million,
More
and
than
ended up
500.
only carrying Samoa, dude.
Yeah, as
and
you
then,
do.
And then he just drops out of the race. By the way, spends over $500 million on ads, drops out, and he's like, "Oh well, I'm still worth $60 billion or 50, like some outrageous amount of money." And it's like, how much could 500 million have done and him still be rich? And if he just appropriated the funds correctly to, I don't know, fucking his own city that he's mayor of or governor of or whatever the fuck it is, I forget.
He was
And it's
mayor.
like,
He used to be mayor of New York.
Yeah.
it's just like, Jesus Christ, you couldn't help out literally any other city. Like, you could have helped out Flint, Michigan.
Yeah,
You
he could have
done-
fixed the water in Flint with that much money.
Yeah, he could have
If-
done so many good deeds. And instead, he's like, I'm going to run for fucking president for fun and then lose and drop out.
And only win American Samoa with $500 million.
other rich people have
Goddamn.
run for president. It's worked for him, so why not him?
Yeah, true.
I mean,
Literally just buy your way into the
And
presidency.
most politicians are extremely wealthy. He's just beyond that the point of reasonableness. Like
Yeah, I mean, Bernie is like,
he's wealthy.
I don't know, he's like maybe a millionaire, I think.
Yeah,
Is-
I think he crossed in the low tier millionaire because he did a book deal recently.
But the thing is, that's still 100,000. No, 10. That's not 100,000. Sorry, 10,000 times less, or maybe even 60,000 times less, like than Bloomberg.
yeah,
Like that's insane. Like
yeah.
you don't need that much money in your life. I'm sorry. What are you gonna do with $60 billion, $50
there
billion?
should be no billionaires.
Yeah.
There
No,
really shouldn't.
I-
Like,
A cool thing that people talk about to imagine this, by the way, is that like if you think of like the average wealth of like a person, like if you take one step on like a staircase, that's like the average like 20 to 30-year-old whatever. Take a second step and it's like you're getting the older or whatever. And if you goes all the way up to the International Space Station is where like Jeff Bezos is. So like
But then
one
you've
step
got
is like the
Bill.
average household, and like second step maybe even like I don't know like and like 2 steps on the stairs is like what most people are at. And you're talking about the International Space Station is where like these top people are at, which is crazy to think about. You know, I'm not against I'm not like all for banning billionaires or anything. It's just a crazy thing to think about.
If Bill Gates ran, even though like people don't really like him because of his monopolies that he had, monopolies that people were calling on him in the early 2000s. He has $108 billion, but he donates half of all of his income to, charities and stuff like that, him and Warren Buffett. Yeah, so he might have a good case if he were to run, because $108 billion and all the philanthropy work that he's done in Africa with trying to get toilets, built over there, having like genetically engineering mosquitoes so that whenever they mate, the offspring would be infertile and, all the rest of them would die off. He has a lot going for him.
Chemical warfare, basically.
Chemical warfare, yeah. Spawn killing.
I don't know.
You're spawn killing mosquitoes.
Maybe a talking point for people, though, is that a lot of his charity money goes to other countries and not the United States. And people,
and they would try to spin that to some.
Which I think is a stupid attack, because it's like, okay, at least I spent my money on something good.
It's kind of hard.
We should fight for globalism and not tribalism.
It's kind of hard
Yeah,
to. I'd say that it's kind of, if the political slander once you start running for president is on hard. Like seriously, once you start running,
any skeletons come up.
Yeah, but Bill has been.
There's been no skeletons about Bernie, by the way.
But Bill has been on his top stage, like on the stage forever. Like ever since he started Microsoft, like people have been going after his ass forever. So if he were to run, not saying that he is, like trying to find dirt on him would be absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, the thing is though, he wouldn't make that great of a politician. I think like he does a lot of great stuff, but like that doesn't always equate to being good.
No, not a good politician. No, I'm just saying I'm making the analogy of financial endowment and running for president on a whim if you wanted to.
Yeah, he definitely
a good politician though.
He definitely would have done better than Bloomberg.
A lot of people liked Steyer, and he was a billionaire. Well, he was a lot of people's like third choice. Yeah, he's no one's first choice. But he's like everyone's like third choice. He's just a nice guy. So.
Mark Zuckerberg.
What do you define as a good politician though? Because like good at politics, or like a good person that is also good at politics?
Just someone who can actually understand how politics works and like all the like minute details. Like if I try to do politics, I'd be like, I'd get fucked because it's a game of some sort and I don't know how to play that game. And I feel like Bill Gates wouldn't know how to play that game.
Right. But if he did, would he be good from there on out? Like, not just. Like,
I don't think so.
Well, do we need good politicians, or do we just need good people?
I mean, Trump's not a good politician because he doesn't know how politics works, and he's. Like,
but he got elected.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you're good at
politician,
politics.
right?
I don't know. I mean,
I'd argue he is good at politics.
Yeah, if you're, if you're a Republican, you're pretty happy with Trump right now. So, I mean, you would say he's pretty good at politics.
I'd say any person that's gotten elected is at least somewhat good at politics.
Yeah.
I guess.
Because politics isn't just dealing with law.
Not necessarily good people, not necessarily good at their job that they were elected for, but they at least got elected.
Yeah.
For one reason or another.
So he was a good politician, but he did not continue to be a good politician after he was elected.
I think he's an idiot.
Yeah. I mean, yes. First of all,
but
100%.
Like, he still got elected. That's what I'm saying. Like, the definition of good politicians. I don't know if we need good politicians. I just think we need to get the right people elected.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think the best people, the people who would fill the role of president the best, are people who would never run for president. Yeah. Jon Snow kind of situation.
Yeah.
Not to use Game of Thrones, which sucked, but yeah. Anyways.
Another really good.
Give me PTSD by even mentioning. That's the second time you mentioned Game of Thrones.
Dude, that last season.
I'm getting like Vietnam flashbacks, dude.
Just 1,000 yards there. No, another thing that would make a good politician, or like good people to put in politics, is like people like Bernie. And I know I keep talking about Bernie, but like this is a good trait he has, which is he's never swayed from his beliefs. He's literally always fought for the same things and those have always been his beliefs, and he's always stayed true to those. So we
But
need
the
people
further-
like
Yeah.
what?
Sorry,
Yeah,
keep going. Didn't
so I
mean
was gonna say, like, people who just swap back and forth, like, oh, I'm this party now, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna be this party so I could be president because I just want to be president. It's like, no, we need people who want to be president because they have things that they think that they need to do to better the country. Like, it's up to the American people to decide what those things are and like who should be it. But like, we need people who are actually trying to do better by the country and not just do whatever the fuck they want as president because they want to be president.
Yeah, this is a slight tangent, but I'm surprised Biden hasn't got slammed for this yet. I've already seen so many clips on Twitter that haven't been brought up in debates or anything.
Before you go, Trevor, I want to get what Poot was about to say, because he was going to say something like if something.
if you're really, really like, I love that his convictions are all in line and he sticks to them. But the further you are left and the further you are right, it becomes much more difficult to get anything passed once you're actually in office.
Oh, yeah,
which is another aspect of politics. And
He
that's
said he's
the
going to
only
do.
argument I can make against Bernie. But
Yeah, he said he's going to do executive orders.
Well, I mean,
Executive orders.
I don't know. I don't know how well it's
there's
going to
only
work
so much you
out,
do.
but that's what he says.
I think what a lot of people like about Bernie is at least that's a better starting point. You know what I mean? Because like if you're a fan of like universal healthcare, it doesn't have to be Medicare for all. It's better to start from like a Medicare for all than maybe like getting something closer to the middle, as opposed to Biden, who maybe isn't even for all like universal healthcare. And then, like, what are we going to get healthcare wise? You know,
So
whenever we have to
he literally
compromise
won't
with,
change it.
with
He
Republicans.
said that things will not change under him.
I have a question about Bernie's healthcare policies. So, is he trying to get rid of privatized healthcare completely and put everyone on one system?
Yep.
Yeah, I believe
everyone
so.
gets
I think
healthcare.
so.
Everyone gets
Candidates
healthcare.
had an opt-in.
So say I have my own healthcare that I pay for, right? That's pretty good.
You wouldn't have to
healthcare.
pay for it anymore.
So I would have to switch to the government's plan,
I mean,
or
wait,
how does that work?
This is a good question. I think if you can pay, you can still opt in to pay for more expensive private, can't you?
Oh yeah. Okay, so
Yeah,
that's what I was concerned about. I thought he was going to do this thing where it was going to shut down all privatized healthcare and make
No,
one
I
single
guess not.
healthcare. Yeah,
By
that
not
would be.
allowing people to volunteer in, though, the prices for privatized insurance are going to go up because less people will be using them.
But
Which essentially makes that argument is it good for the economy? I don't know, because we've been relying on business for so much. But the issue with politics in general is we're so short-term gratification based.
yeah,
Because you only have 8 years you're being elected. That's the max. And you want to show people like short term, this is what I did in this short term. I'm going to give the economy a big steroid pump, and then things are going to fall apart after, and I'm going to blame that president for its downfall. Like, Affordable Care Act was a long-term plan, and it was never really given much of a chance to succeed.
They had a public option on it too. That was got shut down by a Democrat.
Yeah, and like the issue with Bernie's plan, and I'm still for it. It's another one of those. It's not a short-term gratification kind of deal. It's something that we have to implement long-term, and even if he stays for 8 years, it could just get immediately turned around on year 9 when the next person comes in.
I don't know if I'm like small-brained or not when I think about it, but I can't see how anyone doesn't look at America and is like, yeah, let's just give people health care. Like, let's just make sure everyone can have health care and everyone can go to higher education, because long-term, that's going to make our next generations healthier and smarter.
I agree.
And it's
but
like,
if there's a business, it becomes a problem.
as a student,
and it's like, am I too small-brained to understand that people should just get over their like hubris about all that and just fucking do it anyway? Like, am I too small-brained to understand that people actually will?
What happened with the coal industry? We put more pumps into that.
Oh, boy.
More pumps into that, and that is the dying industry. You
Yeah.
need to let that industry die. This is why I was a huge fan of Yang, because he's actually thinking about progression and automation and all that kind of stuff.
yeah.
He
And
really
no
was
one's talking about those problems, short-term versus long-term sustainability.
And if anyone's taken any basic economics class, we know that automation is a natural cycle thing that comes with, as things progress.
the progress of
Automation does
technology.
take jobs.
Yeah.
Like, that's natural unemployment. So that's
Yeah.
the thing we will have to face later on.
Yeah, talking about Arkansas, dude. The shipping industry there is insane. And do you know how bad it's gonna be whenever like all those drivers are no longer gonna be like have their jobs?
Yeah.
Because that's
Tyson
gonna
and
happen.
Walmart,
It's gonna be
huge.
self-driving.
Well, it's always been change or die, so you know how it is. That's how human nature. We constantly, progress. Our technology gets better and better. More specialized jobs are created, and people have to move into those fields to keep the automation that we put in place working. So, yeah.
But if are you going to elect someone who says like, hey, we're going to have a couple hard years, but in the long term, this is a great idea, or we're going to make America great for 4 years, and then shit's
4
going to
more
go
years.
down. I mean, they're not going to say the shit's going to go down. They're going to say we're going to make it great for a couple years.
Good
You're
old
gonna-
general population likes the latter option.
like
for
the
some reason.
short-term gratification.
Looping back to the healthcare, in the situation that I'm in now, I've got pretty good healthcare because Obamacare, due to my dad is a railroad engineer, and we have decent healthcare. And I'm going to be on it until I'm 24, and since I'm still
I thought
in
it was
college.
25.
25, 24, 26?
Yeah, I think it's 26. My parents kicked me
discrepancy.
off early, and I was upset.
It's 26, I'm pretty sure.
But yeah, me being a student, I can see like once I turn 26, and if I'm not on my feet, I would need a backup to have ready to go just in case I could not get my own healthcare that I could afford. Yeah.
And I had to pay $200 a month for healthcare for a little bit before I got a job. Well, when I moved from Massachusetts to Louisiana, but
Insane amount
that
of
was
money.
because I had military family, so I got a cheaper.
USA and through Blue
Yeah.
Cross Blue Shield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was cheaper for me than it would normally be. That's still like for someone who's trying to start their life, that's still a pretty big
Oh yeah.
chunk of cash to have to pay just to have healthcare. I didn't use it, but I mean,
200 a month is easily like some people's grocery.
Yeah.
and
budget
young
for the
people
month.
like us, like one of the reasons why we need to have everyone on healthcare is because I mean we're honestly paying for other people mostly.
Mhm. Yeah,
We're not-
exactly.
Like we're already paying for other people through
We
like
have
how
that
insurance
safety net.
works in a way,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
'cause
we
if
pay-
only
we pay
people apply
more.
for insurance. It's not affordable.
Yeah, we pay
It's
more in taxes for our healthcare than other countries pay for in their healthcare, and theirs is completely funded in taxes.
And theirs is everyone gets it.
our healthcare is easily like double as expensive per capita as like France. Like so
It's
we're talking about
because-
per person, we pay
It's
more in
because,
taxes than people in
all
France
the
pay
fucking
for taxes.
high ass. It's because of all the high ass prices for everything that it takes more money to get the same like treatments.
Well, yeah, hey, think about it, just call an ambulance right now. How much is that bill going to be whenever it gets to your house? Like $1,000.
2,000.
I know
Yeah,
people.
They have insurance for that.
I
Yup.
actually know someone who has like a very like
And medical vac too.
what is it like, not like hard but like a very like low case, I don't know, of epilepsy. Like it's not a bad it's not bad, but like they sometimes do have seizures, and
Mhm.
they tell people not to call the ambulance for them.
Yep. Actually, I have a story in Lowell. This guy fell over, and he wanted us to walk him home rather than call an ambulance for him because of his insurance.
Yeah, it's
And that's
messed up, man.
insane.
And we walked him home. Not the best. We respected his wishes on that one.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah,
made
it
it
makes
look good.
sense.
No, yeah, trust me. Like, if you actually do call the ambulance on someone who's having a seizure and they like ask you not to, they will wake up and actually be pissed off at you.
Yeah.
Like, they do
I don't
not
know if
like
they can
that.
sue for it, but
They can't sue for it, but they'll be pissed off and they might
Oh,
hit
yeah.
you for a little bit.
Like, I've seen a couple people at the skate park break their arms, and they're like, "Dude, call my mom! Don't call an ambulance." Yeah.
Or take me to the hospital
Take
yourself.
me to the
Yeah.
hospital, bro. Yeah.
Like, it's insane, and it's like, why is this the way it has to be?
Yeah.
well, I would prefer people not call an ambulance for a broken leg for the most part.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah, I
unless
mean,
it was-
you maybe don't
unless it
need
was
an
really,
ambulance
really,
for
really
that.
bad.
Mhm.
Maybe you don't need an ambulance for it, but like, you shouldn't be penalized so hard for people just even trying their best to help you out. And like, if that's like what they think is the best way, you shouldn't be penalized because you couldn't say no and refuse the ambulance.
Getting
We have
transportation to
we
a
have a lot
hospital.
of things that should be basic that are just treated like a business.
Yeah.
We do.
And that's the
Capitalism.
struggle with that's a struggle with America. I mean, public health in general is undermined by economy.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you can't pay, oh well.
Sure.
GG.
Well, that's what
GG,
that's,
no
that's,
read.
that's one of the fundamental
GG, no
arguments.
read.
One of the fundamental arguments for having public funded healthcare, because healthcare doesn't follow an economic model.
Yeah.
If your kid is dying of a disease, you will pay any amount of money. So it doesn't follow supply and demand. You're not
Mhm.
following a supply and demand chart for your health. You'll pay anything to not die. So
Yeah.
it's like one of a good reason for public health at least. Okay, well, I think we've exhausted our political topics unless somebody else has something to throw in here.
Vote for Bernie. Vote blue.
Okay.
Vote blue no matter who.
This is
Poo Loops 2024.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll vote for you, dude.
I'm too
Well,
young.
I'll say, are you even going to be 35 by then?
No.
Yeah.
I
Um,
don't know.
Oh no, this
I'd have too much dirt dug up on me anyway, so it'd be pointless.
Oh no.
They'll
So do you
find
wanna
out
talk
something
about
that you
the-
did whenever you were 6.
It's not like bad stuff. It's just stupid stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, just
All
don't be on
legal.
social media and they
I've-
can't
I've
pull up
gotten
anything.
in trouble before, so I would
So,
unless
So, Trevor.
unless you be a politician and getting busted for possession once in your life.
all right. So Trevor.
Yeah. Oh, we should
Which
have
one-
put this one up with somebody else. This is global stock markets have lost $6 trillion in 6 days.
That is my wheelhouse.
That's your wheelhouse.
Yeah, stocks. Oh yeah. Let's
All
go.
right, dude, take
Oh,
the
yeah, we can
lead.
go
What,
on.
what do you
I
think
want-
about
We
it?
should have talked about this when we talked about the coronavirus stuff. Yeah, it's still a good time to
Yeah.
talk about it.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just a classic case of FUD. If you do crypto like I do, excuse me. If you do crypto like I do,
Bless you.
it's just another thank you. If you do crypto like I do, it's just another Tuesday. You've got fear, uncertainty, and doubt of people, selling their stuff off hot, saying, "Oh no, the coronavirus. Oh no, we're all going to die. Let's sell, sell, sell. Let's cut our losses." And this drop isn't like nearly as bad as what happened in 2008. 2008 stock market, Dow Jones Industrial Index dropped 52%. This is like, yeah, that's cause for concern. But this is just a temporary bump. It's going to shoot back up after this all blows over. Probably the next big spike that you might see whenever the stock market could recover. It's probably going to trade sideways for the next couple weeks. But once you hear more information on vaccines being created, that's whenever, yeah. So you can buy the dip. I'm not giving anyone any economic advice, like, at all. Please don't sue me. But I have been scooping up a lot of cheap options. Yeah.
Is now the time to get into it?
Yeah, now, well, any time is a good time to get into it because you can try to predict the stock market all you want. Again, it's just the international stage. There's way too many variables to predict. But
Hey,
from
Pooh,
what
you
I've...
muted yourself in Skype, by the way.
Oh, me?
No, Pooh. He got it. He fixed it.
But
Sorry about that.
You're good.
But yeah, it's now I would say for myself, I am buying more cheaper options that would, probably recover within the next 2 years.
All right. Is there any stocks that you would recommend looking into right now?
Ooh, any stocks that I would recommend looking into? Probably, let's see. If you like volatility, if you like heavy volatility, probably Tesla. Yeah, I mean, it's insane. Like, Tesla's down 22% since Wednesday, and that 22% change, if you were to buy an option for, like, say $900 expiring 8 Fridays from now, and we get vaccine information from, because, like, in between that time, you can make a boatload of money. There's a dude on our finance who turned 1K into 32K playing Tesla options for 3 weeks.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's insane. You can do some freaky stuff with it, but you've got to be careful. You've got to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
I've seen people on Reddit threads becoming millionaires.
Wall
because of
Street
Tesla.
bets. Wall Street.
Yeah, dude.
Wall Street bets.
You gotta be careful with that.
Shit.
Though.
You've
Some
gotta
of
be
those
really
guys,
careful.
I've seen more people lose hundreds of thousands of dollars, and
Yeah,
I've seen
dude.
people
They
make money.
literally just throw it all in there.
Like,
They're
dude, there was a dude who went like $500,000 into debt in 5 minutes, like within open. He bought Apple puts, and a put means that you're betting that the stock will go down, and it expired that day. Apple shot up. He went $500,000 into debt because he was trading on margin, money that he didn't even own.
Yeah, I saw.
So-
You're talking about the guy who found the exploit in the Robinhood system.
No, not box spreads. Not box spreads. That's a completely different dude. This is the
But did he still? Did this guy buy on margin, or did he do the exploit?
He did the exploit to get the money
Okay.
and he was trading from then because they didn't assign him any options, so he didn't owe any money. But now he's on the hook. He's on the hook for all 500,000. So know your risk. Don't trade any money that you're not ready to lose. You know, your standard stuff.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
please don't pull out of your 401k. If you're
Please
doing
don't.
that.
Please.
That is the dumbest decision.
That is the stupidest decision. There's people who pull out their 401k and then they put an option expiring Friday, or they go to it's the equivalent of going to a casino and betting all on black. Like, are you really prepared to take that risk for your future?
No.
It's
Not for my 401k, no.
there's people who think
Anyone in this call for sure don't touch your 401k.
Yeah.
My dad,
I don't have one, but if I ever get one.
To put the flood that's going on into perspective, my dad, who is approaching 50, he saw the drop in the stock market, and to an average person, that's like, oh no. He was like, should I pull out my 401k? And I told him, no, you've had it since 2003. There's no reason, you should mess with it at all.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like it's, but yeah.
So you're not worried that like this could have potentially lined up with like a stock market bubble at the same time?
That would be horrible, by the way.
That would be horrifying. That would be terrible.
Obviously, some of it's fear, but I mean,
Wait. I'm not really sure what that means. Can you guys explain what a stock market bubble is?
The stock market bubble is basically, think of like an echo chamber, right?
Okay.
So say Tesla, if like Tesla reaches $1,000, analysts say that Tesla is extremely overvalued, and then everyone realizes, oh wait, Tesla isn't as it's not as worth as much as we thought it was. So everyone sells off, the Tesla bubble bursts, and then Tesla goes bankrupt. So if we are in a stock market bubble right now where we think that the economy is doing extremely good, which it has been doing pretty good within the past 10 years, if that bubble were to burst, say if we are in a bubble right now, like something goes wrong, like the housing market went wrong in 2008, right?
Yeah.
But it's in the technology sector, which is the big three, Microsoft, Apple, and Facebook. Or, you could put Amazon in there too, right?
absolutely Amazon.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like if something goes wrong there where people realize, oh shit, we can't trust these companies anymore, they're carrying the Dow Jones Industrial Index on their back and the S&P 500. And if people sell off all those and put us into a situation back in 2008, at what we're valued right now, that would have catastrophic effects. Like if it even dropped 30%. Let alone the 52 that happened in 2008. It'd be absolutely insane. But I just hope that there's not a bubble.
That sounds
Yeah.
scary.
I sold my stocks well before coronavirus came around.
Yeah,
'cause I
that's
I think that we were in a bubble,
Mhm.
and then I mean, not that this thing helped verify anything, but like, I mean,
Yeah, people are getting spooked over the coronavirus. Who knows what's going to happen?
I was spooked well before the coronavirus with the economy. So
Yeah,
we'll see.
but I don't like to spread fight though. I don't like to spread fear.
No, and I
Right.
keep my 401k no matter what.
Well,
That's-
it's gonna get worse for sure, at least a little bit, because the United States isn't even hit by the coronavirus yet. I mean, not really,
Nope.
not to the extent that it's gonna be.
early stages.
It's gonna be worse. People's jobs are gonna be affected, and I mean certainly if this is what the economy looks like now with the drop, it's certainly gonna get at least a little bit worse, right?
It depends on. Medical isn't my field. That's more for, medical's not my field. But if we do get a vaccine developed within the next, let's say, half a year, and we are in the U.S. is on top of their quarantine, I think we should be in for a full recovery. It's not going to reach plague levels. It's not going to reach yellow fever. None of that. People are unless a mutation.
But half a year is pretty optimistic.
It's pretty optimistic. I tend to be pretty, bullish. I try to be. Yeah.
It's bull season.
Bull season. It's bear season right now. If you bought puts, you're making bank. Seriously.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah. But
All
yeah,
right.
stocks are interesting.
They are. I mean, it sounds like it. I've always kind of wanted to get into them, but I never really have.
Mhm.
But
You'll start dealing with it once you're out of college.
true. But is the stock market's losing $6 trillion in 6 days? Like, is that is that large? Is that large of amount of money in such a
If you-
short amount of time? Is that really bad?
If you think about the total amount of money that is on the Nasdaq, $6 trillion is not.
Well, what's the
as
total
me-
amount of money? I don't
I
know.
have no idea, but it is way
Can you give
more.
me like a ballpark, like an over X amount?
Last time I looked at it, that it was valued. Let me see. Valued at. It is. Let me see. It is 8,575 times its. Let me see. Overall cap. I can't find it.
It sounds a lot though.
Yeah.
So, but you're saying basically 6 trillion is like nothing compared
Yeah.
to the overall thing.
Yeah, because you have to consider
Yeah,
all the
okay.
companies. Yeah, you
Yeah.
have to consider all the companies that are on there. You've got Microsoft, you've got Apple, who's worth 1 trillion. Well,
Okay.
1 trillion
And put
alone.
it in
Is it-
perspective,
is it-
the United States GDP is almost 20 trillion.
Yeah,
so
and
it's,
you're
it's
talking about the
basically
global stage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So-
it's-
But you're still
It's
talking
more
about
like
like
a drop-
about a third of the GDP of the United States that we've lost in 6 days, which is still a lot, but like compared to the entire world, it's not anything huge.
So it's more
Yeah.
like a drop in the ocean more than a drop in a bucket.
yeah. Now, if we dropped, let's say, 30 trillion, that might be cause for concern.
All right.
Because you would.
So right now it's just the natural flow of the stock market
Yeah, this
following
is-
an outbreak of a virus,
Yeah, this
and
is
there's
just
nothing
natural
really
ebb
to
and flow.
worry about.
No, I wouldn't say that is anything to worry about. Yeah. It's just natural ebb and flow.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what if you go on Investopedia or Bloomberg, even though, they've got stuff on there that will tell you. Yeah.
Trevor, is there anything else you really gotta?
No, I
you
think
wanna
I
ask
think
your time?
I think we can cut off at this podcast.
You don't want to talk about
Oh no,
Sherry
sorry
Pie?
for this topic. We can do it. We can just throw it to a super list right now because this is
Okay.
The podcast is
All right.
getting a little long. We can start.
Let me
super
let me.
listing. I don't know if you
Let me
guys
do
have seen the show before, but at the end we'll just throw a bunch of topics on together, and if we have anything interesting to say about it, we can talk about it. Then we can move on to the next one quickly.
Yeah, basically nothing like as in depth as we have been. Just like
Yeah.
little quick bite. So I'll love to do the super list, Trevor, if I may.
Go ahead.
All right. So first of all, we have Sherry Pie. I don't know if you guys have seen this episode, the show, RuPaul's Drag Race.
Mm-mm.
I watch that show all the time with my girlfriend. She loves that show.
So basically, it's a bunch of drag queens, and they do a bunch of contest stuff, and they win money. It's a reality game show kind of thing.
Okay.
But this drag queen, whose drag persona's name is Sherry Pie, is disqualified from competing in the final contest because they were accused of catfishing men as a casting director to get them to do embarrassing acts.
Yeah, I heard about this. Wasn't there that dude that was like masturbating and recording
Yeah,
himself?
One,
Yeah,
one of them
Bro.
said that he did that. One of them
Yes.
said that he was made to masturbate on tape, on camera, to get like a casting thing. And Sherry Pie isn't a casting director of any sort. So completely catfished into doing this.
Yeah.
And because of this, while they appeared on the season,
Mhm.
they are ineligible, like fired from the show to compete in
Damn.
the final. And this all happened in like the span of a week. So, thoughts, concerns, questions?
It's thoughts.
Guys go to
Guys?
bars pretending they're someone they're not all the time.
Sorry?
Guys go into bars all the time pretending they're someone they're not all the time.
Yeah,
Not
but they,
depending.
but they don't then get onto a TV show.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
But
And
it's still
yeah,
wrong.
Yeah.
it's kind of screwed up, going back to the whole Me Too thing, trying to get clout for, acts. That's kind of fucked up to begin with.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying,
it's being in a position of power.
If
Yeah,
you're auditioning for something and they're requiring you to masturbate, you might need to think twice about what you're doing.
That's
And
what
I
I'm
mean,
saying.
the cat-
Unless it's a porn thing, porn audition.
Yeah.
If it's a porn audition, it might make sense.
Even a porn audition, they're not going to make you masturbate and send the tape.
I think if you walk into the house and there's a weird looking couch, just
There's a black couch.
Maybe walk away.
In the front, just walk away.
especially
Actually,
if it's got plastic wrapping on it.
yeah, I don't think I've ever gone to a job interview and there being a couch there. In general, I think it's all been like chairs. So. This is funny.
Yeah. So that's kind of fucked up for that person to do. Everyone's very happy that they were fired. They have bittersweetness because they have to deal with them throughout the whole thing. But like everyone's like, it makes it a little nice knowing that this person will never
Oh,
win.
because you're saying the show hasn't aired yet.
Yeah, the show I don't think has aired yet this season, and they've taped everything up until the finale.
Oh shit. Okay, that makes sense.
So Sherry Pie will appear in all episodes, I think up until the finale, where they're just not eligible. They are now fired. They cannot compete.
Yeah, they're gonna just disappear.
Why wouldn't they just not give her any airtime or recognition? And just get rid
Maybe
of her
maybe they
entirely?
might do something like that.
I imagine that's what I would do if I was
I don't
gonna
know.
if I was gonna say she can't win. I would just take her off the show and just
Well-
or at least
Yeah, it depends
Well, a
on
lot
how
of
it's
it is
cut.
also-
you know?
refilm it, but they could
Yeah.
cut her out and not show her.
Oh,
that
I mean,
much.
if it's good
yeah.
content and they're already on the show,
Yeah.
you know, might as
And
well
a
use
lot
the
of it
content.
is,
like this to make money.
a lot of it's also interacting with the other drag queens, right? It's not just like one at a time like American Idol. It's a lot of interactions and like
Yeah, but they cut people
like a
out
little
of
like
Survivor and make
IRL,
it
right?
all the time. Like Survivor, it's all about the interactions
Yeah.
with survivors
Yeah.
and survivors, and some survivors have like no barely any screen time. So I imagine they
Mhm.
might do something like that.
Yeah,
where-
they
It's possible, but I mean it's like single room where like she might just like be there.
Yeah,
like-
it's just going to have the parts where she's not speaking and she's just going to be sitting down,
Yeah.
like while they're all in the circle. Yeah,
I mean, I'm sure they'll try to do something like that. I like to
they
think.
should blur her
but
face out the whole episode.
that'd be so
That
funny.
would be fucking funny.
oh my god.
Like, oh my god, I don't know if they're allowed to do that, but if there are, that would be.
I mean, I'm sure they can do whatever they
A-tier.
want, you know.
Yeah, it depends on what the contract is, you know.
All right, so here's I think I think that's about that. It's a
Hmm.
fucking funny situation though, for sure. But little science for you guys: diabetes has been successfully cured in mice, apparently.
Hmm.
Which a lot of implications for the future of medication and medicine in that sense.
Hmm.
Wait,
What do you guys
you said you're in health right now, or you're studying? What are you doing?
His
with health?
major is public health.
Oh, I see. Did
I'm
you see
public,
anything?
yeah.
Did
No,
you see
he's
anything
public
interesting
health.
from this?
It's. I read the article, but it's gonna be a long time coming. All I can say is the amount of Big Macs we eat.
Oh, yeah.
True.
They're gonna need a lot more.
True.
They're gonna
So,
need
I will have
diabetes
to
cured on a
see-
spoon.
Yeah, it's gonna be. We're gonna have to use it more long term. So any kind of long term side effects, you're not gonna really be able to determine from mice
Yeah.
Yeah.
initially. I'd
They
imagine.
kind of die.
And then we've got to get to the FDA trials to begin with too.
Yeah.
So that's going to
Yeah,
take like 10
but
years.
it's good. I mean, it's huge. It's just another disease that we're adding to the list of curable soon. Hopefully.
Hopefully, Corona will also be there soon. but
I will say public health is my thing is primarily preventing. I mean, obviously, not all of diabetes is preventable, but a lot of it is.
Mhm.
Getting it in the first place.
Yeah, my dad's got
So
type
that's
2.
that's the primary thing is educating. I can't remember which type is which, but one type I know you just can get genetically, and the other one you can
Yeah.
develop.
yeah,
it.
I think it's the type 1 that's genetic,
Type-
and type 2 is the later on because of your
Yeah, I
shitty
think
eating.
so.
Yeah, because my dad has type 2, and he caught that whenever he was like, I think 20, because he used to eat nonstop, even though he was a cop, so he was skinny fat. I don't know how to.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
bad.
Just remember
yeah,
that mice don't eat as many Big Macs as we do.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
and I've got
Long way off.
Hopefully.
got a
not,
big
yeah.
friend. I've got a friend who's got type 1, and he's got his pancreas and everything else. And the price of insulin is still
It's insane. Which
Yeah.
that goes back to the healthcare thing, but
yeah.
another thing that researchers have done is they have successfully dried vaccines into a film that is shelf stable, so you don't need refrigeration, which makes power outages not make you lose lots of money of vaccines because you don't need backup. But it's easier to store them, which also means that third world countries that don't have as easy access to refrigeration can now also have vaccines easily available to them, which is insane. It dissolves in the mouth, delivers a dose as effectively as a shot, and they can remain effective for 3 years. Like that's a 3-year shelf life, I'm guessing. So that means that requires no refrigeration, and that's awesome for the availability of vaccines to globally.
That one's huge, even just for it being a new medium to administer vaccines. I know some people hate the nose stuff, and some people hate the shot, and having a new medium by itself, but then the fact that the shelf life is longer and all the other benefits that's probably the biggest public health news on the list. It's huge.
That's pretty cool.
How would it affect the stock markets?
I mean, if you're in
for sure.
if you're in biotech, hell yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So then a little bit of real world stuff is Nike and Apple were implicated in report on forced labor, and apparently children as young as 8 were picking coffee beans for Starbucks.
Yeah, that's so fucked, dude.
That's super fucked up.
This is nothing new. This isn't nothing new.
I'm not surprised.
It's nothing new. That's not a,
it sickens me that these companies that have so much money need 8-year-old children. Like it's just exploitation. Like
it's cheaper.
But the big reason, the big reason why they're not, the big reason why they're not, being, pursued about it and charged with anything, because it's not in the U.S. It's not our children, so why should we care? It's people in, disadvantaged countries. So therefore, people won't really care because they're not seeing it with their own eyes.
And also, them being in disadvantaged countries makes them think, oh, these children need the money to help their families out. And that sickens me a little bit, because it's like, just help the fucking country out. Yeah.
But hey, we put Apple, I forget where Apple's HQ is. People putting their HQs in other countries to get tax havens, and people who, like Ireland's a good one. The Swiss bank's a good one, down there in Switzerland. Places where they're trying to avoid taxes as much as possible. And whenever you can, China has really good tax laws as well. Just avoiding paying more than you need to, like hiring actual laborers that are of age. It's sad. People working for $1 a day. That shouldn't be.
8-year-old kid working $1 a day. I mean, it's more money than I had when I was 8 for income.
Bro.
But it's still super fucked up.
You got better food, man. Probably. Honestly,
my parents didn't need my $1 a day income.
Your food was worth more than the whole pay. Most likely.
Yeah, I mean.
Jesus. Okay.
Jesus.
I thought it was a pretty funny joke. So Steven Seagal charged with illegally touting cryptocurrency offering.
Yeah, I thought it was hilarious. I had to add this one, dude. Steven Seagal. He basically got fucked over for trying to make people buy into his cryptocurrency scam. And I was looking into it. If you had $20,000, you have enough money to buy the entirety of his cryptocurrency up, dude. And it's so funny. Dude, Steven Seagal became so weird. He's best friends with Putin now. He's officially a Russian citizen.
What the fuck?
Yeah, dude, Steven Seagal. I just had to add this topic because it's just something so fucking funny that people don't know about Steven Seagal.
What the fuck's going on with Steven Seagal, dude? I hear so many memes about him being in action films and how he can't do anything.
He has a weird ass run too. It's strange.
And now he is best friends with Putin, and he's trying to get people to buy into his cryptocurrency, and then instead he charged for it.
Yeah.
So he was promoting it. And he didn't let people know that he got paid $250,000 to promote it, and he got paid $750,000 worth of the Bitcoin on top of that. So basically, he got paid $1 million to promote the shit out of this. They're obviously because it's a coin that no one owns, so they can jack up the price super quickly and make a bunch of money.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just a scam coin.
He got
a big
connected.
Scam. Last but not least. Last topic of the day. XQC was banned.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Do you guys know why he was banned?
Yeah, saw the clip.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. I can show this clip. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, don't show the clip. But here's what he does. Plays hentai game. Unchecks censor filter.
Then specifically types in the code afterwards.
And he gets the achievement for it.
Yeah, he gets the achievement.
And then plays a game. What game was it again? I forget.
Was it Honey Bop?
I don't remember.
I heard people saying Honey Pop.
Oh, the game that he was playing? What was
No. I'm talking about specifically the type of game he was playing within the game.
Connect 4.
Connect 4 stripping Connect 4.
So strip Connect 4.
Okay, never mind. It wasn't.
And then is surprised when he sees tits.
And then
fucking
it gives you a warning beforehand.
Yeah, it does.
after he closed it out, he went on Steam and searched for more games that had nudity in them. I have a big conspiracy that he wanted to break.
Yeah,
dude.
I love that
Like,
conspiracy.
bro,
I don't think it's true, but I do.
Have
like
you
the
seen
conspiracy.
his chat though, bro?
Yeah, it
Like,
makes
come on.
sense, man.
Dude,
It really
his
does.
chat, his whole everything. I watch it. He's raging. He's obviously getting mad. His chat's full of cancer. Like honestly,
It's pretty
Like,
Just
bad.
take a 3-day break though. Like whatever.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
but
feel
think,
It'd
but
be
think
fine.
about
It'd be the same.
when streamers like XQC or Greek, like those type of streamers take breaks, their chat gets real upset. I mean, just think about
Yeah.
like all the old Ice Poseidon memes. Like people would like legit fucking go
there's-
real insane whenever he would take breaks.
and
Like,
him
there's a
getting
difference
banned
between
increases
getting
his
banned.
publicity.
Yeah, if you get banned, like,
Publicity.
oh no, you can't watch me anywhere.
Yeah.
Come back in 3 days,
Yeah.
and then you come back in 3 days, and your viewership is through the roof. Now,
Yeah.
I'm glad that Greek took his break because that
Oh, yeah.
man lost.
Have you seen
weight.
Greek by the
Dude,
way?
yeah, he
I
looks
know.
insane, man.
Fucking the guy looks
Dude.
great now.
I know.
was watching
He has a
Greek-
jaw and everything.
On Soda Poppin's stream.
Mhm.
I think Greek's weight transformation is amazing, but when he was, if anyone saw Soda Poppin's birthday where he was opening the gifts and stuff, he was driving all of Soda Poppin's stuff around in the garage and like very recklessly breaking things, and I was like I needed to turn it off because I was like getting so like I just imagine like getting all this stuff and then just Greek comes in and just starts destroying stuff. Like you break one little thing off, stop there, and he keeps going. I'm going nuts. Like I can't watch this, man. It was driving me
Yeah.
nuts.
Welcome to
Yeah,
Greek.
his weight transformation's amazing though. Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Little tangent
No, I mean
there. was
I,
just
I don't I don't watch Greek either, to be honest. But
I
I
used
only
to,
know him through Soda and other relative streamers.
I used to watch him all the time because of Tyler One, and then I stopped watching him.
literally became famous by latching on to Tyler One and stream sniping him. I mean, it's true.
No, I know it's true, but it's funny as fuck whenever you say it. Yeah. That's just become a meme in his community, though.
Hmm.
Threw him in Tyler One. Yeah.
There was a long time ago the games that got banned on Twitch. I know Honey Pop was one of them.
Mhm.
I wanted to play it, and like people like immediately flooded the chat and was like, "You can't play this," and I stopped. XQC just kept going.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
know.
yeah.
And
And his
back in the
channel
day,
settings are
like,
banned too.
that's
Yeah.
a permanent ban for
Mhm.
most small streamers. They don't care. So when you say
Yeah.
like bigger streamers get a little bit of a favor, like
Like that's just 3 day for him.
I don't know. I feel like
It's
XQC
fine.
lets himself get tilted from his chat. By the way,
Yeah, it's
Like,
for
funny.
the entertainment. Like if
People
he
think
didn't,
it's funny.
he wouldn't care. He says like stupid stuff on purpose all the time. I'm almost certain it's
no,
it's
I'm
on
saying
purpose.
like when he gets mad at chat for chat doing some or saying some stupid shit,
Mhm.
I feel like he lets himself get mad when he could just ignore it.
Yeah.
yeah, it's part of the entertainment.
They want to see
Yeah.
him rage. Yeah,
For
it's
sure,
like-
for sure.
It
But,
starts
like,
out as a show, like you're like, oh, I'm gonna, like, chat, you're so stupid, and then eventually you start getting it.
you
Yeah.
start like buying into it a little bit yourself though. Like I can't be like good though for your job to be getting angry.
That's why
I can't
Tyler One dialed it back a little.
Yeah.
He's
like-
been chiller on his latest streams. Yeah.
Like I feel like mentally like that just starts affecting you negatively, you know?
Yeah.
I think I don't know. How long do you think it's gonna be before Doctor Disrespect breaks character and just stops doing the character?
I don't think that's ever due because he knows his persona. So I
Yeah.
it's different
I
for
think
him.
it's gonna happen eventually. Do you know how much effort it is? Like he's putting in every day to doing a character when he could just like honestly, if Doctor Disrespect stopped doing the character and went in and started streaming, he would have the exact same audience and everything. It's not like people would stop watching him.
I remember the time he came back from his like hiatus from
His wife and everything.
the two-timer champ.
Yeah.
But when he came back, literally so many viewers and chatters, it broke Twitch.
Damn.
Yeah.
Like, do you guys remember that?
Yeah, it was like
Mhm.
400K. It was
It-
right. It
it
was right
actually
above Tyler
broke
One's
Twitch.
return.
Like, it actually didn't even just break his channel of Twitch. It broke all of Twitch. It literally like it slowed the whole site down.
Yeah,
it was
same
insane.
thing happened with Ninja and Drake. That they like fucked Twitch for a while too. People couldn't
Yeah.
like read their chats. And they're like, "What's going on?" They're like, "Oh yeah, Drake's on Ninja's channel. That's why you can't read your chat today."
Yeah. And whenever he's with it's Travis Scott too and all that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And now Ninja is irrelevant on Mixer. Feels bad.
Yeah, it feels bad, but I see his merchandise in Walmart, so he's still rolling
Yeah,
in
he's
money.
doing, he's doing
Oh
okay.
yeah, he's making money.
Yeah,
Don't get
Microsoft
me
paid him
wrong.
$25 million to switch. So, yeah, easy money, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll do the same thing.
do you think he's gonna be back on Twitch? I bet he's gonna be back on Twitch.
I don't know. Probably not.
I have no
For a
idea.
long time.
He
No, I
tore.
think-
Like Twitch got so angry that they deleted his channel.
Oh
And then
yeah,
they-
Twitch is very upset.
Yeah.
So like, if I think Mixer will give him more money to stay when his contract's up. I think that's
I
what's
don't
gonna
think he has a
happen.
reason to switch at all.
yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Microsoft
have a
is paying him
reason.
real
think
well.
The viewership as a reason. Like at his point, he's so relevant. He kind of, as much as I hate battle royales as an esport,
I hate it too.
He
Mhm.
brought esports in general, not just battle royale esports, to the mainstream beyond what people have done in the past.
To
Like
the
it's always been
normies.
mainstream, but like more normies. Like 'cause
Mhm.
Fortnite was such a normie game.
Yeah.
He
Fucking
really brought
normies.
he brought esports to a bunch of normies.
Yeah.
I hate battle royales in general, and as an esport, well, not in general, but as an esport, I hate it. But he did that, and he will always have his face known as one of the biggest gamers of all time.
Yeah.
So
Guy hit
take the
famous.
money,
Yeah.
Like,
I'm not mad. I'm not mad at him. He made his money. Yeah.
and that's what he's got to do: is follow the money and do what he wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
His fucking cringy ass tweet though.
Did you
LeBron
see the
James
Big
and-
Mac
yeah.
one that he made earlier today? He said, "I really need a Big Mac." He tweeted that stuff out, and somebody sent him a picture of a Mac 10 with cheese on it. Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah.
All right. Trevor, I think that about wraps it up.
Yeah, we can just
Yeah,
do a
boys.
wrap up. Okay. Yeah, that's the end of the episode, everyone. Hope you enjoyed. You can find me at twitch.tv /Trevor Monreal. You can find John at twitch.tv /hi. It's 6 U's, 6 H's. Still hasn't changed his name yet. Underscore then hi. Worst Twitch name of all time. Do you guys want to shout out your Twitches and anything else you want to shout out to?
I want to shout out my Twitter and my Discord in the description, like the about stuff of my Twitch page. Be sure to join all that and follow me everywhere.
I'm gonna shout my Twitter, Cheeser at Cheeser100, and after this, I will be streaming Halo 1. So if you want to come by and see that, welcome to.
Yeah, and I'm Pool Loops. I'm fine. If you want to look me up, you'll find me.
Alright.
You don't want to shout out your Twitter a little bit?
Pool Loops.
Pool
Loops. It's all Pool Loops.
Loops.
It's all poop.
Yeah.
It's fine. Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter too at Trevor Monreal. But I don't really use my Twitter, but I'm trying to grow my Twitter anyways. 'Cause that's what you're supposed to do.
I have my
Yeah.
OBS.
I don't use it either.
I have my OBS to every time I go live, it tweets it out for me.
Same here. Same here.
Ooh. Okay.
Oh.
May steal that.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
a little box you check.
Thanks everyone for watching. Bye.
Thank you. Goodbye.